Keir Starmer wants you to know that his government has summoned back Parliament, passed emergency legislation, all to save the last steel-making plant in the UK. That's the one in Scunthorpe. And even before the bill got royal assent, British officials were up in Scunthorpe in order to try and keep that furnace going. The reason? Well, ministers say that the Chinese owners were going to shut it down and the last production of virgin steel in the UK was about to end. So they've taken powers to be able to tell the workers what to do, guarantee their wages and try and keep that furnace going and British steel still being made. It was noticeable in that emergency debate that ministers didn't promise a long-term future for British virgin steel. It's also significant that there was the first big criticism of a Chinese entity from any government minister that I've seen since the government came to power last summer. And I think what that does is it tells you that this story isn't just about what's going on in Lincoln, but it's also about Britain's place in the world, its resilience. For we are struggling with our domestic steel industry in part because of what's happening to the West with Donald Trump and those 25% tariffs on US steel imports. Can there really be a domestic steel industry in the UK if it's so hard to sell products to the US? And also we're struggling with China. Ministers say that what the Chinese owners wanted to do was shut down the plant in Britain so that Chinese produced steel could take its place. It appears that we fended that off for now. It appears that ministers have stood up to the Chinese for now, but is the reality of the economics of the future going to mean that Chinese steel is going to become ever more important? Big issues debated in the Commons today, an important piece of legislation to protect the steel industry, but this isn't over. Can Scunthorpe produce steel for very much longer?